Hi, my name is Elena Croitoru, and I'd like to read an extract from my piece on Sigma-Algebras. I sneaked my passport into my back pocket, hoping my father didn't see it. Flights were being announced over the tannoy, so I couldn't hear what he said. Because I only saw him once a year, it seemed as if parts of his old self were disappearing with each encounter. The only remnant of his youth was the summer sea blue of his eyes. It made me wonder how little of us is left by the time we grow old. His skin, which had one deep wrinkle for each year we spent apart, hung loosely around his cheekbones, then bunched up on the sides of his mouth when he smiled. "I'm so happy to see my little Anna," he said. When he hugged me, his hands felt shaky on my shoulders. "When do you have to go back?" I planned to return to London the next day, but I knew that would disappoint him. So I said, "Let's go to the bus stop. The wake is in 1 hour." The wake, such a strange word. The ritual of watching over somebody who will never be awake in this world again. The last time Professor Coman and I saw each other, I had lied to him. I said I couldn't stay on as a lecturer in his department because I liked programming better. I didn't want him to think I chose money over research. During his last lecture, he barely looked at me. He stood in front of the blackboard with his hands covered in chalk dust and talked about algebras, which formed the basis of programming languages and helped machines unequivocally interpret what we meant. He defined them as pairs of sets and functions. Even a person with a sigma algebra, a set of circumstances, and the actions available to them. My father and I headed out of the air-conditioned airport and into the overheated street filled with exhaust fumes. A group of kids gathered around a sliced watermelon that lay in the trunk of a dacia. Its fragrance wafted our way, reminding me of the hot summers I used to spend solving geometry problems and eating chunks of sweet, cold watermelon at my parents' country house, while the macrame tablecloth left an imprint on my forearm. Nowadays, I wasn't studying much maths, just working in an office. My father took my suitcase and kept lifting it to protect it from scratches. "It has wheels, Dad," I said. "Don't lift it, it's bad for your back." He gazed ahead as if he hadn't heard me, and moved with the energy of a teenager, although I knew he had taken an overnight train to Bucharest. I wondered at what age he would finally stop proving himself. Thanks for listening.